Aloha! Welcome to Tiki Pizza. This is part 3 of my New York style pizza at home. Mookie has a quest to make the perfect New York style pizza from home, so check it out. All right, this is Adam Ragusea's New York style pizza at home. It's his recipe 2.0. So it is his improved recipe. So we're going to start off with 600 milliliters of warm water, or 2.5 cups. So we're going to go a full tablespoon of sugar. According to Adam, he says some people say this is a lot, but it won't affect the sweetness and it'll help the browning of the crust. So that's a full tablespoon of sugar. So next up, we got a teaspoon of dry active yeast. Just to give you an idea, a packet's 8 grams. So we're just going to put a teaspoon of that in, and we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes to bloom. All right, I'll be back in less than 5 minutes to show you how it blooms. Hopefully it'll bloom. Okay, you can see it's starting to bloom or bubble. According to Adam, this is just to make sure that your yeast isn't dead. Now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and 1 tablespoon of salt. And a lot of people think salt will kill the yeast. It will not. Of course, if you have enough salt and enough time, it will. But in this circumstance, it will not kill the yeast. We're going to go 5 cups of flour. And Adam says it's not that important to weigh the flour because we're going to add more flour later. It's going to kind of go by feel. So that's 2. And again, this is bread flour. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And the good thing about this recipe, we're just going to knead it by hand in the bowl. And the big takeaway here is we're going to knead it until it gets sort of too wet to be workable, and we're going to just add enough flour to keep the dough workable. So we want a very wet dough, as wet as possible, but able to knead it and work it. All right, I'm going to get my hands in there. All right, so I found, because the dough was so wet, it was really hard to work with, but I just followed the instructions and kept on adding the flour. But I do have a recommendation. If you have a stand mixer, use a stand mixer. This was an incredible amount of work. All right, we're going to do the stretch test to see if my work has paid off or if I have to go back to work. So yeah, so you can the elasticity is pretty good. Had the gluten not be developed, I wouldn't be able to stretch it. And you can also almost stretch it so it's so thin you can almost see through it. All right, so we're gonna break this up into 4 balls. So we're gonna go break this in half. Okay, so we want 4 balls, so we're going to go half. And then another half. Oil this up nicely. And then put it in separate containers, all 4 balls, and store it in the fridge for 7 days to develop the flavor. So you give the bottom of my container a good oiling, and then we're just gonna roll it around. And then I'll do the other 3 balls, and they're going in the fridge for 7 days. All right, I'm shredding my own cheese today. I got Cracker Barrel pizza mozzarella. The reason I'm shredding my own cheese is I read that pre-shredded mozzarella cheese bags often contain a chemical called cellulose powder or potato starch to prevent the cheese from clumping. Cellulose powder is made from wood pulp or cotton lint, and it is a food additive that helps to keep the cheese separate. I think it'll be more authentic if I shred my own cheese. Just saying. And then, so I'm just going to show you really quick. So this Cracker Barrel mozzarella is made for pizza. It has 28% milk fat, refers to the percentage of fat content in the cheese, typically expressed as a percentage of the total cheese. Milk fat is a key factor in the texture, flavor, and melting properties of cheese. So I think the 28% is pretty good. I don't use the partly skimmed milk mozzarella on the pizza. Of course, the New York pizza is a little oily on top, so we want that. All right, I'll just shred this down. I won't make you watch me shred the whole block, but I'll probably shred it and then put it in Ziploc bags and freeze what I don't use. All right, I'm going to do Adam's pizza sauce recipe. Now he used a pristine crushed tomatoes. I have a very high quality brand of Italian crushed tomatoes I'm using today. It's Rodolfi. It says, from the tradition of 125 years of the Rodolfi's family and obtained from the best Italian tomatoes, Rodolfi keeps all the freshness and the tomatoes just picked. Heat a few minutes and it's ready to use. It brings more flavor to your sauces, pizza, and condiments. So Adam's very specific. You do not cook the pizza sauce. It's going to cook on the pizza. So if you cook it, it's going to affect the flavor and the color. So you want the bright red color. All right. Oh yeah, it is a nice bright red color. All right, so Adam goes a pinch of sugar. And a good bit of oregano. And then he does 2 really good glugs of olive oil. He likes the fresh olive oil. And that part is optional. Just give it a little stir. All right, I got my pizza dough all rolled out to about 14 inches, and we're gonna go dress that pizza, and we're just gonna do a classic pepperoni today. All right, I got my pizza all rolled out, and this is how Adam rolled his out. It was in a slight oval shape. He said that works better in the home oven. Now he did it in his home oven at 550. Using a pizza steel. I got the barbecue going with a pizza steel, and I find I can get my barbecue a little bit hotter than that, so that's what we're going for today. And here's the sauce that I just made. And also Adam says if you have a little bit less than what you think, it's probably just about perfect. And there's that bright red color that we were talking about. All right, and then we get the mozzarella. And we're going with some nice pepperoni today. All right, we'll just give it a little shake. So I can see it's gonna stick already. So I'm gonna just kind of get it away from the board. Now, Adam uses like a cornmeal, which would probably be way better because it has that grainy texture. I just got my 00 flour today. Okay, it's moving a little bit. Okay, I think if I give it a good one swipe motion, I could get some good pizza lift off, but we'll have to see. There might be we might have to do a take 2. All right, let's go see how hot I got that pizza steel up to. All right, the barbecue's up to almost 500. I think that's good enough. I've seen it get up to past 600 when I let it go long enough. Yeah, that's pretty hot. All right, let's keep our fingers crossed. Okay, was not that smooth, but we got her on there. All right, I'm gonna close the lid and get that convection heat going. Bubbling. Got a little bit of char there. It's starting to rain, so let's get this pizza inside. Well, that came off quite easy. Little bit of the lip was over on the grill there, so got a little burnt, but that's all right. The main thing is I got a nice big pizza so I can cut my slices. All right, I'm gonna go one extra step. I saw the YouTuber Charlie Anderson do this. So I'm gonna let my pizza cool, and then I'm gonna cut it into big New York slices, and then I'm gonna put it back in the oven, because that's what they do in New York. They reheat your slice, and it gives it that little extra crispiness. So I'm just gonna let it cool down a little bit. But I'm very excited about this pizza. Oh yeah, I can hear how crispy it is. And this is gonna be very good. Maybe I'll go turn the barbecue off first. It's gas, so I don't want to let it running. Ah! All right, so I'll cover it up after it cools down. All right, back to the pizza. All right, we're gonna do big, giant New York slices. That looks really good. I'm just gonna get it on either like a pizza rack or just like a sort of a... So it's got the holes in to let the air in. Also got a pizza rack. This should be fine, but I probably would have used the pizza rack if I had it handy. All right, let's get it in the oven, let it crisp up. Try to do the New York fold. There you go, that looks pretty good. All right, there we go. Just Let's give it one final drizzle of olive oil. All right. Now we're going to do the fold. All right, give it the taste test. Oh, it's nice and crispy. Fantastic. Thanks for watching another episode of Tiki Pizza, New York style pizza at home edition. Make sure you hit that notification bell. We got a new episode every Sunday. Thanks for watching Tiki's Pizza.